reverse the node in K group. So given a head of a linked list we are given the head of the linked list, and what you have to do is we have to reverse the node in list of K at a time. So the K is 3 now, the K is 2, we have to reverse the nodes, 2 nodes at a time. So these 2 nodes has to be reversed, right? 2, 1 has come. Then these 2 nodes has to be reversed, 4, 3 has to come. And remaining number is less than 2, right? So we have to leave it. So this should be the output, right? You have to reverse K nodes at a time. Okay, fine. So now what is the logic to do it? The first thing is, let's find out the steps we need to do to solve this one. First thing is, if the head is null, or the K value is 1, right? Because there is only one node you have to reverse at a time. Though the list will not change. We just need to return the head. So this is the first one we need to do, return the head. And that is what is done here. If the head is null, and then if the K value is 1, then just need to return the head. Okay. Now, to make our life simple, what I am doing is, I am creating a dummy node. Okay, with value, you are just calling the list node, right? So it creates a dummy node with value 0, and then this next is pointing to the head. So head is basically this is a list, right? This is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's assume this address is 1000. This is 2000, like that, right? So it is pointing like this. Okay, so here I am putting it 1000, right? This dummy node next is pointing to the head. Head is 1000, right? So putting it 1000. So your previous is actually this dummy. So previous is this one, and this is your current. So that is what is assigned. Okay. Now we have to reverse probably K nodes at a time. Okay. So for that, let's assume the K is 3. So to understand the thing better, let's assume the K is 3. So what is the output is, first 3 nodes you have to reverse, right? So it should be like this: 3, 2, 1, and then this we cannot reverse, right? So 4, 5 has to come. So this is the output. So how to do this? So first what I will do is, the second step here is, after this I will count the nodes, total number of nodes. So from the current I will loop through the list and I will count the number of nodes. So this comes to be 5. And next is, in a loop, right, I am going to basically reverse K nodes. Okay, so I have to keep on doing this, right? So reverse K nodes, okay, until there are 3 nodes remaining, right? So total number of count is 5. So until the count is less than K, count is greater than K, I keep on reversing 3 nodes. So here the count is 5. So after you reversing 3 nodes, right, what are the remaining nodes remaining? Which is count minus equal to K. Yeah, I reduce the count by 3. So remaining is 2 nodes only. So we need not reverse again. If the total count is 10, so this loop should run 3 times. First 3 nodes will be reversed, next 3 nodes, next 3 nodes. Finally one node will remain. Right? So every time you reverse 3 nodes, I will reduce the count by K, or count by 3. So every time count will remain 3 until the count is greater than K. Right? I will keep on reversing. So that is the logic here. So in this loop, right, this part, this code, right, is the highlighted code, it will reverse K nodes. Okay. And after reversing K nodes, I am reducing the count by K. Okay. So after reducing count by K, then it go up and again reverse K nodes, then reduce the count by K, again go. Until the counter is greater than K, I keep on reversing the nodes. So this is the logic I am going to follow. Fine. Now for reversing, what is the logic? So you understand till now? So here I have to have the logic to reverse. So general reversing a list, right? I have 2 pointers. One is current, one is next. Okay. So now what I have to do is, if the node is reversed, this 2 has to point here, right? So this next node dot next pointer, it has to point to current, correct? And then I have to move the current here and the next here, and I have to do the same thing, correct? So if I change this next pointer, right, to this one, the next pointer is not, the next pointer, suppose the next pointer, so this is 1000, this is 2000, this node is 3000, this is 4000, like that. So here the next pointer will be 3000, right, because it's pointing here. Now if I change the next pointer to 1000, right, next pointer to C, this is, you have to change like this, right, to reverse. Those, the 3000 is lost, so I have to take a backup of this 3000. So I have taken a temporary variable and I am just storing the, this is the current, this is the next. So this next pointer next I am storing in a temporary variable, right? So I am storing the temporary variable and I am moving the next to here, I am moving it here, right? So I am making this 1000, so that this is pointing here. Now what I have to do, I have to move the current here. So current should be equal to next. The current is moved here, and next should be equal to, you took the backup here, right, and the next should be equal to the temp. So this is a logic here to reverse k nodes, right? So to reverse k nodes, right, to reverse 3 nodes, you have to do this 2 times. This one you have to make it point here, and this one you have to make it point here. So you have to do it k minus 1 times. Right there, this is the logic to reverse, general logic to reverse. Okay, once reversed, right, how the node will be, you have you created a dummy node, right, which we did before, which is a previous. This is actually pointing to your 1, okay, and then 2, and then 3. Now you have made 3 to point here and 2 to point here, right? This pointer you have changed in this, okay. Now what you have to do is, there's a 2 changes you have to make. One is, here there is 4 and 5, right, 4 and 5. Now the output should be is 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, right? This is also point. So this first node, next pointer has to point here. So when the loop finishes, right, the current will be here and the next pointer will be here. Okay, the current will be here, the next pointer will be here. So now what I have to do is, I have to move this first node next pointer to point to 4, right, which is the next pointer. So this previous dot next, you will get this node, right? Previous next is nothing but this one node. Dot next, this one next, right, I am making it point to this node n. So 1 is pointing to 4. This change is done. Okay. Now the previous next is pointing to 1. We have to make it point to 3. Okay. So I am just taking a backup of this previous next, right? This is this one node. Okay. I am taking a backup of that, and previous next I am moving it to current, because 3, it has to point to 3, right, in the new one. So previous next equal to this C. So this is pointing to 3. This is done. Once this is done, after that there will be many nodes, right? So this previous has to be moved here, so that we can reverse the next set of 3 nodes for the next loop. So this is what I took backup. The previous next is now pointing to 1, right? This is what I took a backup here. So previous I am moving it to T. So for the next set of 3 nodes, again when the loop runs, so now I reduce the count by k. In this case, 5 minus 3 is 2. So 5 minus 3 is 2, so 2 is not greater than k, no, it comes out of the loop. Now I am returning the dummy node next. This is the dummy, right? Dummy node next, you are returning the head pointer. Okay, and this is how this code works. So the idea is, if you want to rotate k nodes at a time, first thing, get the count of all the nodes. Okay, so in a loop, reverse k nodes at a time, and once you reverse, reduce the count by k times, so that you keep on doing it, right? That's the logic. So reversing logic, if you think deep, you can understand. If you watch the video again, you can understand better. Finally, return the head pointer.